I learn something every time I listen to you. Thank you for that, Ainslie. Let's talk oil. What's your thoughts on oil?
Do you know, I really hate bookending sugary. Just a personal thing. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at oil. Hello. We've gone nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Now, I've done some fairly extensive research into seasonality on oil and just tracking to see if there's something that can give me a heads up here on oil at the moment, because apart from looking like another gold chart, which is really not very helpful, by the way, we've got this horrible consolidation box that's been going on since the 18th of March. 18th of March, I know it's getting boring, and I'm really, really sorry, everyone, because I'd love to tell you something else. But as you can see, we're getting tighter and tighter and tighter with consolidation, by the way. So look, one thing is that it's going in this direction. The arrows, by the way, let me just go through the arrows on the daily. I've done a bit of research on quite a few seasonal charts, and seasonal charts will from different sources will give you slightly different information. And if you put certain filters on them, for example, post-election or whatever, midterm, coming into election, that it will give you some more information. I've got back 53 years. So this, where I've got the arrows, I'm following a 53-year chart, seasonal chart, no filters on oil. It starts the year with a run in January, and then a period of consolidation. It then goes for a run for a rally, as you can see here, during February, which is what we had, popped straight out of the box and didn't look back, and away she went. There is a double top, and I'll just pull that down a bit. It measures up exactly with a monthly resistance level. Didn't break it, didn't close above it, sorry. It broke it, didn't want to know about it, came back. And there's a double top on the seasonal chart that I was looking at that went over. We had two arrows down, and then we had the fall off, and then it had a period of consolidation. That period of consolidation, and it'll be interesting to see, because it's got a long way, it's got a bit of a fair way to travel before it actually breaks out in either direction. But what we've got there is the next date, and these dates scarily line up quite nicely, actually, which is quite surprising. You have biases, and you talk about it's not an exact science and all the rest of it, but the timing on that on the seasonal chart with the daily chart for oil currently, from the beginning of the year to where we are now, is unnervingly accurate. My next date is the 20th of April. So we'll talk about to see how things have transformed. We're talking about a bit of a flick up towards the end of this week, but then we're talking about a drop off going into next week. So don't get carried away with a false breakout. If you see one towards the end of this week, I'll be monitoring that. But at the moment, we're still going sideways. I've got nothing to give you, unfortunately, guys, on oil. We're just playing the waiting game. So for somebody whose natural disposition is not the most patient, I'm being tested in all directions. One, at school holidays, and I've got two teenage girls at home. Two, gold's not going anywhere, and three, oil's not going anywhere. I deserve a medal, I think, at the moment, but that's life in the fast lane, Paul. That's all I've got. Sorry.
Ainslie, let me tell you a twist. This will
give me a twist. That Paul's going to come over to Australia and take me out for an expensive dinner. I'll find a restaurant.
In the future,
this weekend in May, Ainslie.
In the future, you know that state ETH that I was telling Paul just now? It can be used to even buy gold and oil. An Australian company has already done it. It's called synthetics. So I'm sure that one day, I'm sure that Paul will get a deal with us on Akala, right, Paul? Thanks.
Well, one day I'll understand what all these words mean.
I'm waiting.
Let's get,
I need that video, Shukri, by the way. Yeah, so that's where we are with oil and gold. It is still there, but you know, gold, just a quick summary. we're waiting to see what happens with the next move with gold. Gold's being impacted by so many different aspects at the moment. We just need to see. But look at oil, for God's sake. I'm just like, oh. But patience is a virtue, because we all know that when it does get on the roll, it moves. And we've seen it move. And we're also coming up, I think it's this week or the beginning of next week. I think it's the end of this week. It's 12 months since the huge major dip. And if you're looking, there we go. There's where oil fell off the chart and went to zero. That's 12 months ago to coming up this week. So let's see how the markets react to that piece of nostalgia. Probably
Cheers,
not.
Ainslie. Thanks for that. We'll watch for them. Just got to say, I've been long oil for a while, and I can't say I find any of this to be the least bit concerning. We're going to